a broader perspective.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
Hello, this is Being with Me, and I'm super excited to welcome you to this exhilarating show where we will talk it the way it is. Here, we'll be more searchlight on things happening around us, dissect it from different angles while proposing possible solution. Is it politics? Is it family? Is it matters of the heart for those that are in love with bedtime whisper? Or you talk about education, we talk about socials, we talk about family issues. What have you? Being with me is here with full package for you to grab, dissect it, open it, and see what is in store for you. Today might be your own, tomorrow might be your neighbor's own, next tomorrow might be your family person's own, your daughter's own, your family's own, anybody around you. So there is no package that is worth missing. Come, I won't be the only one talking on the show. You will follow Chuk mouth for matters that concern you. We'll bring in experts, victims, stakeholders, coaches to address issues of the day. This show will be too loaded for you to consume alone. So what do you do to avoid constipation? It is for you to like, share, invite people, share it to as many persons as possible. Call your friends, call your enemies to come listen to it. So, many years ago, I went to bid for a job, an MC job. Of course, you know, I'm a compere. And there's this prostator that had a big event. And I went there, introduced myself as a compere that would love to handle the event. And you know, there's how somebody will tell you, oh, sorry, or we'll get back to you or something. That was not the case. The case was, who are you to handle such magnitude of event? And I scanned through myself. I felt bad about it, and the way they discarded me, you know, that's disposable, that when you finish eating and then you just trash it. They trashed me like that. I came back, I was so down, I was so devastated. I didn't know what to do. I searched around. What? Am I not fit? You know, this is my small status, especially this is my baby face. Ah, God, could that be the reason that I was rejected? Could that be the reason I was treated so mean? He was not even nice at all. But you know what? After everything, after I scanned through myself, I said, no, baby girl, get up. You are better than this. You know what you are made up of, and you can do it. Trust me. I came back and I worked on myself. I told myself I'm going to handle big shows. I'm going to be a compere of major shows in the country. And few months or few years after that, I was a compere in one event. It was a big event that gathered who is who in the country. I handled the mic, and guess what? This man that gave me a red card that I was not fit to be a compere for that event was one of the personalities that graced the occasion. And when I finished, I stepped down after the event. The man walked up to me, gave me a handshake, introduced himself. I could recall, because people like that, you cannot forget. You cannot, no matter what, you cannot forget that experience. So I could easily recall what transpired between us. And he told me, you did well. I didn't know you were so good like this. Trust me, that was the only thing I needed. And afterward, even if I don't have anything to handle, so far he's doing an event, he will want Auntie B, blessing and grace, to be part of the planning or give suggestions and all of that. So today we are talking about rejection. How do you handle rejection? When we're gathering report on this, somebody said he has never been rejected before. You might have such experience before, everything just a pass for you. To others, it might not be a walk in the park. They've been rejected time and again before they could sell through. So let's hear people's opinion, and I'll come back while you also share your own experience in the comment section. So let's read from you. How have you been able to handle rejection? Let's hear from you.
Most frequent rejection that I could say that I've faced is wanting to get a particular role
and then it keeps coming in as sorry, you do not fit into the role, or sorry, we cannot get back to you at this moment, or sorry, all sorts of reasons. And when you keep doing this thing over and over again, you get to a point where you're tired. But there's something that I believe in. I believe that with time, everything just settles itself. And I also believe that rejections don't just come without cause.
Time I was gunning for the role of ED, Executive Director, and then I tried as much as possible to fill out all the parameters. I did my own work, I covered all the bases, and I felt I was the best candidate for that role. And when it got to that point, they said, "Oh, you're too young to fill that role." I felt devastated. I mean, that was like answered prayer. It was what I wanted so badly. And you could imagine how you'd feel when you're told, "Oh, no, you can't go ahead with this." So what did I do? I felt terrible. I left that meeting, went back into my car. I cried. I know it's a bit cynical when you see a guy crying, but it happens to the best of us. I went back, I cried, and I told myself, what can you do to get better? Okay, take up these courses, do this, do that, and then we strategize, come back, and that's what I did. Well, I didn't get that role again, but I got something closer to that.
Rejection is part of life. It's something we go through every day, and we only need strong mental balance to be able to cope with it, and we must always prepare ourselves down for it. Yes, have I been rejected before? Yes, majorly it's a continuous thing in a career. I remember at a particular time when I was younger, and I was a branch manager of both and insurance brokers, and I went for an interview with other CEOs. I came second in that interview, the professional interview, and at the end of it, we were rejected, which I felt like I was the one that was rejected. So for every business pitch that I made, anytime I'm being rejected based on sentiment, based on politics, I feel the emotional part, I feel the mental part, but I've learned to believe that whatever would be mine will be mine, and to prepare better for every failure or every disappointment.
I've been rejected in several ways, but one stood out for me, and the lesson I had to learn from this incident. Going in for a particular job, using for this job, and at the end of the day, I knew very well that I was good enough for the job, but it was given to someone else. What did I do? I just told myself, it's your loss, not mine, because I know I am good enough for the job. You giving it to another person, the person wouldn't do it better than I do. But as a human being going back home, I had the feeling of not being wanted to be around or something, not being good enough, and it gave me that sense of maybe you need to add more value to yourself, maybe you need to do more. So I sat down and told myself, Mimi, you need to do more research on this particular job, and you need to come out better.
Have I been rejected in the past? Yes, I have been rejected, and it was a very horrible experience. Having to be in a relationship for a long time and finding out that it was built on a lie. How I felt after the rejection was horrible. It was an experience that I'm not sure I can ever forget it, but have I moved on? Yes, 100% I have moved on. But during that time, I broke down literally. I had my moments of tears. I would wake up at night to wail. I had wasted so many years, not knowing that God was preparing me for something better. But we all deal with pain differently. It was a terrible one, but I'm thankful for the process, the learning curve, the lessons I had to pick from all the experience. It was really tough. Trust me, I'm a very emotional person, but I've tried to develop and man up a little bit. But then I wouldn't want to stop being who I am because of the pain, because of the experiences I've had in the past. That will not happen. So I turned everything. I keep saying, when I wrote my book, Painted Depth, one of the reasons why I had to put that narrative out there is for people like myself that have gone through different things in life, but they really need to hold on to their faith. They need to build their stamina, and they need to develop themselves and have the right people in their midst. There are moments that you'll be vulnerable when you're in pain, but when you have the right people around you, you find your way back.
Fortunate to say that I've not found myself on the other side of the call where I've been rejected by anything. not because I'm not going for so many things, but because I don't know. I wouldn't say that I'm always the best wherever I step my feet on. I kind of mostly search my heart before I take any leap. I've been fortunate to find myself in folds where most things I go for are either the things I've pre-thought or things that presents its opportunity for me. So, but doesn't mean that the concept of rejection doesn't ring a bell to me. I can walk within my head and imagine what it feels like being rejected. And I don't think it's something I want to experience yet.
I think we've all been rejected in one area or the other in our lives, and the best way to go about it is just sit down, evaluate yourself, and think of a way to become better version of yourself. If you face any form of rejection, it is not the end of the world. There are better things to do. There are better ways to resolve issues, and I don't want a situation where people go into depression or people start acting awkward, or it leads to mental illness and all that. I feel like everybody have faced rejection in one way or the other. Some might be marital, some might be relationship, some might be in their careers and all that, and life keeps moving on. So my advice to young people out there is that if you face rejection in any area of your life, all you have to do is go back, re-strategize, get all the qualifications that you need, be bold in yourself. You can also build your personal strength, so that you can be able to face it head on. And if rejection keeps coming, it shows that there is something that you're missing, and then you can always build your strength again and again and again.
My belief in life is for everything you're going on for, as long as you're well prepared. If you lose it or if you're rejected, then you take it as part of destiny. You move on to make yourself better. And possibly it's not about how good you are alone, but how much you can network and use the network of people you have around you.
I tell people that nothing in this life can stop you from becoming whoever you want to be, so long as you are intentional about your growth. For every nonsense you hear, shut them up with the quality results, and you'll be so happy at the end of the day. So,
And I can tell you the best thing you can do when you are rejected is for you to go back on and do evaluation on yourself. That will help you sort yourself out. Yes, a lot of people say, I cried. Yes, you might feel like crying, and that is another thing that is going to help you let go. If you feel like crying, please cry it out. If you feel like talking to somebody, I know once that I felt that kind of way, and I called a friend of mine that is close to me, and I was like, oh, this is what happened, this is what happened, what do you think? And it made speaking with the person help me relieve all the anxiety, all the pains I was feeling.
So if you are feeling any form of rejection now, my best advice to you is that you can do better. Go and strategize and get better.
You know what? Always remember that rejection is not a death sentence. It is a stepping stone to where you ought to be. Sometimes rejection from family, from friends, from the larger space, from people that you don't even know, from people that don't even know you, you feel this. And when it happens, what do? It's not about how you are rejected, but how you handle rejection and what you make out of it. Rejection can be a catapult that will catapult you from where you are to the next level that you ought to be. So grab every rejection and build something out of it. Remember, if life throws you a lemon, what do with it? Make lemonade with it. You can be the best. Use rejection and build the kind of house that you want to live in. Remember, a man is an architect of his own fortune. So be the architect of your own fortune, and you will never regret seeing the outcome of what you have crafted out for yourself. Once again, I welcome you to this insightful, impactful, educative, informative, entertaining, loud and engaging show, Beam with Beam. Trust me, every episode is not worth missing. I'll be glad to also share the stage or bring you up again on our show. So do well to reach out to us through the number on your screen. This is Beam with B, and my name is Blessing Ambrose.
Beam TV, a broader perspective.